All right, Penn State. Look at the boys. I love it. I love the wins. I wasn't expecting to make this like a bi-weekly thing. I was making this a weekly thing. Then I had some personal things. I had a wedding to go to. Um, I had I not expected the week 4 outcome to be that crazy. So I'm just gonna lump them into one video, weeks 4 and 5, but this is games 3 and 4 for Penn State. Um, yeah, I mean tomorrow they play UCLA, so this will be the video you see tonight. I just got done recording the Saints and Eagles videos, so you'll see them tomorrow. Uh, Yeah, I'll go through the quarter by quarter, and I mean, I don't think I'll touch base on one game specifically because a lot happened in the Kent State game and a lot happened in the next game against Illinois. So, all right, week 4, first quarter against Kent State. Um, Now going into this, the previous week, Penn State struggled against an unranked opponent. Uh, First quarter, Penn State backup quarterback Bo Prabula threw an interception to Kent State defensive end Cameron Olds, who gives Kent State possession at their own 41-yard line. Um, I thought, okay, here we go again, another week 3. But things changed drastically after the first quarter. Still in the first quarter, Penn State quarterback Drew Aller threw a 16-yard touchdown to tight end Tyler Warren. Second quarter, Penn State tight end Tyler Warren threw a 17-yard touchdown to running back Nick Singleton in Wildcat. I'll get to Tyler Warren. Don't you worry. Drew Aller threw a 14-yard touchdown to wide receiver Liam Clifford. Drew Aller ran in a 5-yard touchdown. Penn State led 28-0 at halftime. Third quarter, Drew Aller threw a 59-yard touchdown to wide receiver Amari Evans, and that would be the end of Drew Aller's day. Bo Prabula threw a 13-yard touchdown to tight end Khalil Dinkins. Fourth quarter, Penn State running back Cam Wallace ran in a 1-yard touchdown, and Bo Prabula ran in a 1-yard touchdown. Penn State won 56-0. Now, the previous week, Kent State allowed like 70 something points. So yeah. The opening kickoff by Gabriel Nwoshu went out of bounds, so that was concerning. I thought, okay, on top of the turnover and that, I was like, okay, here we go again. On the second play of defense, Penn State edge rusher Danny Dennis Sutton completely annihilated Kent State's quarterback Devin Cargman, who immediately left the game on a stretcher. I hope I didn't hear anything afterwards. I hope he's okay. The play results in a fumble picked up by Kent State. Uh, After 3 plays, I thought this is going to get ugly fast. For Kent State, that is. Um, this new play where was a wildcat with Tyler Warren taking a snap with 3 backs in the backfield. That was like he was taking the snap and he had two players right next to him. It was fun and it led to a first down run. It was it's interesting. I like seeing Tyler Warren getting involved with everything. I mean, after I'm done these notes, I will get straight to Tyler Warren. Second quarter is when things started getting rolling. Cam Wallace looked very interesting. I know he'll probably be the running back to take over after Singleton and Katron Allen head to the NFL. He looked good, but he did get hurt in the game. Kind of sucks not seeing him. Luke Reynolds also looked pretty good, tight end. So again, after Tyler Warren leaves, someone to look at. Penn State set a program record for 40 first downs and 718 total offensive yards. That was the previous record was in 1926 versus Susquehanna. So it's been a while, 98 years to be exact. Yeah, I'll get to Tyler Warren. Uh, Going into the year, I'm thinking All right, he could be a mid to late round pick. I think he's got a lot of potential. He's a great blocker. I thought going into it, he's one of the best blocking tight ends in the whole nation. He can line up at H back. He can play fullback and tight end pretty well. So I thought Tyler Warren would be a nice pick for any team. I think he would be a nice like coaches like would love to have him on any NFL team. This year, he took it to a whole other level. I didn't think he was going to play this year. I thought he was going to go to the NFL last year. And that was a great decision he made. He has taken his game to a whole other level that I didn't know he had. James Franklin said he's the best tight end in America. I fully believe it. He can play outside receiver, slot receiver, tight end, H back, fullback. He could play running back. He can play quarterback. He can play wildcat. He can do everything. Like on top of his, he is a better blocker than he is a receiver. I want everybody to realize that. So when I saw him make a one-handed catch like he was like prime Odell Beckham Jr., I thought that was the craziest thing I ever saw him do. And then he goes and throws a touchdown on that same drive. What? I'm thinking this dude is like Taysom Hill. And I thought, wow, I'd love him to either replace Taysom Hill when Taysom retires, or the Eagles to draft him to be the Eagles Taysom Hill. Dude, it's nuts. He's that got to be a first round talent if he continues this. I mean, who doesn't want a tight end who it can be coached very well, can play any position you want him to play. I mean, and he's a better blocker than he is a receiver. That's something every coach wants in a tight end. Yeah, he's a great tight end. He has taken his game to a whole other level. Going in before the draft this year, I thought Theo Johnson was going to stay and Tyler Warren was going to go. I thought it would have been smarter for Theo. I think Theo had a skill set that if he became the full-time starter at Penn State, that he could be a first round pick. And teams obviously saw his build during the combine, and I think that's why he was drafted as high as he was. But he didn't really have that much on the field. So that's why I thought Theo was going to stay. I thought Tyler Warren had played enough. I thought he was going to go to the NFL. Guess not. The opposite happened. I think Theo probably he could regret that decision. Currently on the Giants, not doing all that much. I think it has to do with the offense that he's in. I think Daniel Jones doesn't really like tight ends all that much. That's why I knew Darren Waller wasn't going to be a good decision, even though a lot of Giants fans thought he would be. No. Just because you could add Tony Gonzalez in his prime to an offense where a quarterback doesn't like tight ends, that doesn't mean he's going to use a tight end. And that's kind of what's happening to Theo Johnson. He's just not being used. But yeah, getting to Tyler Warren, there's so much to say. He's the best player on Penn State right now. I thought that would be Abdul Carter. I love Abdul Carter too. I think Abdul Carter's in a bit of a gray area right now in terms of like whether he wants to play edge rusher and off-ball linebacker. Not many off-ball linebackers get drafted high anymore. A lot of edge rushers get drafted high, and I think that's what Abdul Carter wanted to do. I'm not saying Abdul Carter is bad at edge rusher. He's great at edge rusher. I think in the NFL he can be a great edge rusher. He can also be a great off-ball linebacker. But I think with Penn State's current defense, I don't think Penn State needs edge rushers. They need a good off-ball linebacker, and I think he can be he's a really good off-ball linebacker that can make Penn State a great run defense. So yeah, no, I love Abdul Carter, best player in the defense. I think he would benefit the team more if he played off-ball linebacker. Um, yeah, Penn State dominated this game against Kent State. I'll get straight to Illinois. Number 19 Illinois at number 9 Penn State. Um, in week 5, this was the fourth game for Penn State. First quarter, Illinois quarterback Luke Altmaier threw a 4-yard touchdown to tight end Carson Goda. Penn State tight end Tyler Warren ran in a 3-yard touchdown. This guy every week, man. Second quarter, Penn State kicker Sander Sahadak missed a 40-yard field goal wide left. Illinois ran in a touchdown. And Illinois kicker David Olano missed a 45-yard field goal wide left. Game was tied 7-7 at halftime. Actually, no. Illinois didn't run in a touchdown. I don't know why I said that. Um, it looked like they were going to run in a touchdown. Their only touchdown was the Altemeyer 4-yard touchdown. So it's 7-7 at halftime. Third quarter, Penn State running back Nick Singleton ran in a 4-yard touchdown. Penn State turned the ball over on downs at the Illinois 15-yard line. Fourth quarter, Sanders Sadak missed a 40-yard field goal wide right. Luke Altmaier threw an interception to Penn State cornerback A.J. Harris, who returned it 52 yards for a touchdown, but an illegal block in the back call gave Penn State the ball at the Illinois 41-yard line. Penn State running back Katron Allen ran in a 5-yard touchdown. Penn State linebacker edge rusher Abdul Carter strip sacked Luke Altmaier. Defensive end Smith Vilbert recovered for Penn State at the Illinois 33-yard line. Penn State went on to win 21-0. Opening drive defense couldn't not get off the field on third down. They just couldn't. I think the defense all throughout the game on third down just couldn't get off the field on third down. Kicking continues to be an issue. Obviously, Sander Sahadak looked awful. I'm thinking, all right, Gabriel Nuosu, maybe give him a shot, give someone a shot, go call the soccer team, see if they got someone. Sahadak just doesn't look good. I've kind of stressed this that I don't think Penn State's had a good kicker since Joey Julius left. I love Joey Julius. I hope I don't know what he's doing right now. I hope whatever he's doing, he's happy. I loved watching him play. One of my favorite kickers I ever seen play football, college or NFL. This man was a linebacker at kicker, and he was just drilling people. He was drilling the ball and drilling people. I loved watching Joey Julius. Yeah, whatever he's doing in life, I hope he's happy. But yeah, I just don't think Penn State's had a good kicker since Joey. And that's kind of been a major issue. It's like, all right, there have been issues like with Sean Clifford and the offensive play calling, but I think the big weakness has been Penn State's kickers. Sahadak just continues that trend. Uh, Defense, I stressed this week 1 that you need to wrap up. That's a big issue. They're trying for hit sticks and they they're just not wrapping up. Um, I think getting to the offense, I think Drew Aller and Julius Fleming, the transfer from Ohio State, I just don't think they're on the same page. Aller just doesn't look his way at all. He looks Amari Evans' way. Obviously, he looks at Trey Wallace's way. He looks at Liam Clifford's way and Tyler Warren's way. He doesn't look at Fleming. Sort of how like Jalen Hurts, for example, doesn't really look at Dotson's way. I think that's just a chemistry thing. I think they got to work week to week. They got to work throughout the week about getting to know one another and getting to know routes and when if I'm Fleming, when I cut on certain routes, what moves I make on certain routes at certain distances, like being able to learn off of one another and understand one another's mindsets. So, yeah, I think they just gotta work on that. That's all. 21-0. Probably could have done better first half. You make those field goals, it's an even better deficit. Um, I don't know why I said Penn State won 21-0. Penn State won 21-7. Um, this is gonna be a heck of a video. Um, yeah, I mean, I think. All right, if looking at the first 4 games for Penn State, when it comes to Drew Aller, I think Drew Aller is playing outstanding football. I don't think there's enough weapons on the offense at receiver to help him, especially eventually. I mean, if you're going to get into the playoffs, you're going to be playing against Georgias and Alabamas, and they got cornerbacks that can shut down your top receivers, and you don't got enough receiver depth. Um, you'd like to see Fleming take over. I'd like to see Fleming have like a breakout game where he gets like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. That would really get I think the whole fan base going because then it's like, all right, this top wide receiver prospect finally has shown up and he's building to this receiver group and building this offense and making this offense significantly better. Um, I think he could be that X factor. I think Trey Wallace is playing outstanding. Clearly, he's the wide receiver one, uh, but you just want to see him do a little better. I don't think he's like on Dotson's level or Godwin's level, Allen Robinson's level yet. I think he's just a solid receiver right now. Um, the turnover that Penn State had on downs at the 15-yard line, that's because they didn't trust Sanders to Haydack. I was like, yeah, I'm okay going for it. Normally I would tell an offense, why are you not kicking the field goal? But Sahadak has proved that he can't be trusted. This game proved it that you can't trust him to make a field goal. So um, I was okay with that. I was okay going for it. Yeah, Aller missed Trey Wallace, but that's okay. With the outcome that happened, Singleton and Aller look like or Singleton and Katron Allen look like best running back duo in the nation. That that they just look so great. Singleton just runs past everybody and Allen runs through everybody. I love it. This is going from Saquon to Miles Sanders. It was so great seeing the running back groups and then but then after Miles left, there was that lull that we really didn't have anyone. And then we saw Singleton and Allen and it's like you still feel that energy you had with Miles and Saquon, but it's with two guys. And it's awesome. It benefits the entire pass offense because you can run down everybody's throat with those two. Tyler Warren, I've already said enough about him. I think I mean, I don't know if there's a better tight end in college football right now than him because of his ability to do everything. There's not one thing that he's mediocre or worse at. He plays everything at a high level, and any team that drafts him in the NFL is getting a star tight end. Um, or a consistent tight end. He's consistent and he's talented. He's incredible. He can do everything that you need him to do. I can't wait. I hope a team with a great quarterback. I hope like someone like Josh Allen's got two tight ends. I hope someone like the Chiefs draft him, uh, the Chargers, the Eagles, someone with a great quarterback to throw to him and utilize him. Because I hope the best for him. He's just doing incredible. I think the offensive line is doing fantastic. With all the losses to the NFL, Olu Fashino. I never was big on Olu Fashino. Um, Everybody else was. I just thought he was solid. I thought he was replaceable. And the Jets are kind of proving that they're not really utilizing him all that much, and Penn State's looking as good as ever on the offensive line. I'm worried how they're going to do against the SEC teams with the big D linemen. Which, speaking of that, let's get to the defense. Interior D line against Illinois was fantastic. Um, the one issue is that interior defensive line is small. I really don't think, I think they're going to get their butts whooped when it comes to these SEC teams. And if they don't, you know what? I that's on me. I will apologize. I'm rooting for them though. I think they got great quick moves right off the line. I think the edge rushers are doing great. I think the linebackers are doing great. Um, Kalen King, linebacker or Kalen. Kalen. it's Kalen King, right? I always confuse him and his brother. I remember when his brother was on the team. It's not Kalen King. Kalen King is the cornerback that was on the team. Um, there's Kobe King. Kobe King, that's right. Uh, Kobe King, yeah, Kobe King. Sorry about that. Kobe King, 41, fantastic, underrated linebacker. I think he's doing fantastic. He's doing a great job. But when I'm talking about like going back to Abdul Carter, having Kobe King and Abdul Carter at middle linebacker makes the makes the whole uh, front seven just more cohesive. When you put Abdul at edge rusher, you're stacked at edge rusher, but you leave room at linebacker to wherever Kobe King isn't. Cornerbacks, I think all the transfers are doing well. Um, I think the entire secondary is doing well, even with Manny Diaz not being there. I think schematically speaking, it's doing well. I'd also like to see what they can do against a top opponent with great receivers. I think we'll see that when Penn State plays Ohio State. Um, yeah, I think special teams is really the biggest issue. Um, yeah, I mean, you lose Daquan Hardy to the Bills in the draft. Punter's not really being used. I don't even know what to even say about the punter because I don't know. I haven't seen him much. Sanders Shahadak's not doing well. Gabriel Nwosu's kicking it out of bounds, but I guess I'd like to see what he can do at kicker because Sanders Shahadak's not doing well. But yeah, I think schematically everything's going right on offense and defense. Yeah, I like this team. This looks like a playoff team. Don't shy away from UCLA. You gotta face UCLA like they are a ranked opponent. You need to face every single team like they are ranked number one in the nation. Uh, you just keep winning your games. Even if you were to lose to Ohio State or USC or one of these ranked teams that you play, there's still a chance you can make the playoffs with this 12 team format. So I'm excited. I love where this team is headed. I like how cohesive this team is right now. I'd like to see guys like Fleming step up. If Fleming can play to his potential, then the offense is going to explode. So I can't wait to see that UCLA tomorrow. Uh, I can't wait. Let's go. I need you all to win. All right. I'll see you then. Go Penn State.